This is The Ethical Issues of Animal Agriculture by Julian Trindle. Introduction to Animal Agriculture and Concerns with it. So what is animal agriculture and the livestock industry? Animal agriculture is defined by the practices of breeding, raising, and managing animals for human use and consumption. The livestock industry uses animal agriculture to profit economically. According to Katie Block, CEO of the Humane Society of the United States, nearly 100 billion animals are killed globally every year for human consumption. The livestock industry practices morally questionable farming practices such as factory farming, genetic mutation, and battery caging, all for the profits that they can make off of it. Lots of people are unaware of these inhumane practices that they use, but they do care about the lack of animal welfare. To spread awareness and stop supporting inhumane agriculture, Ted Thomas's idea of moral courage is an excellent example of how to be brave and go against this. Ted Thomas defines moral courage to be the capacity to the fear of shame, to go against the fear of shame and humiliation, to admit one's mistakes, to confess a wrong, to reject evil conformity, and to denounce its injustice. I believe moral courage to be related to the idea of going against animal agriculture by being vegan. Becoming vegan is morally courageous because one rejects the wrongs of animal agriculture by eating animal products and not using. Ethical issues of animal agriculture. So why should we even care about the inhumane practices of animal culture? Well, according to Gen V, an organization that spreads awareness about animal agriculture around the world, nearly 100% of livestock that are raised in the US undergo factory farming. This means that they stay in cramped spaces, are unable to move around much, and are unable to go outside, and are subject to even more hurtful experiences like forced feeding, intensive confinement, and artificial insemination. Gen V also states that farmed animals in particular are subjected to high levels of distress, from struggling to cope during transportation, experiencing grief when separated from their family, or feeling pain during routine mutilations and slaughter. After knowing this, it becomes quite reasonable to say that there are major fundamentally wrong practices with modern animal agriculture. Another question might occur to someone after learning about all of this. Why do they use these immoral methods? Couldn't they just promote more animal welfare? Well, the answer to this is that it simply is not economically beneficial for them to care more about animals, so they use these inhumane practices. Okay, public awareness. According to Cheryl Kirschenbaum, Associate Research Scientist at Michigan State University, almost half of Americans are unconcerned about how their food is made or where it came from. This is a significant reason why the livestock industry is able to exploit animals without too many people caring about it. Okay. Now to look at some statistics. 73% of Americans are unaware of how animal agriculture works, and 79% of Americans are concerned about animal welfare. And this is all from a study done online from 500 people from CAFO, which is the leading force in animal welfare. This shows the lack of public awareness and the need for spread of awareness to stop and hinder these immoral practices. Now stop it. So how do you stop the support of unethical animal agriculture? So on a smaller scale of change, one can become vegan, stopping support of immoral agriculture individually. This lowers the demand and production of livestock, which means less animals have to suffer the immoral practices of the livestock industry. Many people do not want to become vegan though because they are concerned about health. But according to the National Institutes of Health, cardiovascular disease and some cancer risks are reduced by becoming vegan. The Vegan Society, which is an educational charity focusing on veganism, also says that the evidence supports that vegan diets can support healthy living. Therefore, veganism is a viable option to individually stop support of animal agriculture. Now to the issue of stopping support of unethical animal agriculture on a larger scale. It is necessary to look at the practices of animal rights activism. Some of the methods of animal rights activism include adding more plant-based products or alternatives to supermarkets, helping animals directly, and improving welfare standards in the industry along with the help of government support. Even if people do not become vegan based on this animal rights activism, this will at least lead to more public awareness as well as more purchases of plant-based products instead of animal-based products. Okay. Now the conclusion of this presentation is that animal agriculture is inhumane and it needs to be reformed and opposed. It was concluded that public awareness is key to do this because people do care about animal welfare, but are just often unaware of all of this. Veganism and animal rights activism are the best ways to influence change of immoral animal agriculture. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Julian. Julian, what information did you need that you weren't able to find for your presentation?
So, some information that I was looking for that I wasn't able to find was statistics in developing countries for how the animal agriculture works there, because in some of the research that I found, it showed that it was mostly developing countries that had the factory farming, and some of the smaller ones didn't. But I was just really unable to see like the percentages of the farming there, which is why I focused on the U.S. because we have so many statistics on it.
Okay. And how did you use the conclusions of others to advance your own research?
So when I was suggesting that on a smaller scale individually, one can become vegan to stop the support and demand for animal products. I was looking for, because some people were concerned about health, like they were concerned that you wouldn't get enough nutrients, and so I was researching more about that, and I found a lot of evidence that suggests that one can live a healthy life as a vegan, and one can get really all of the necessary nutrients, and you really don't have to take many supplements for that.
Okay, thank you.